Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Astro Divas. If you feel like the energy this week is little more intense than usual, you are not imagining it. We are standing at a massive astrological crossroads. For the first time in nearly a century, we have a total lunar eclipse falling right on Holy Full Moon on March 3rd. So, this is a rare blood moon holy, and it's changing the rules of the game. In Vedic astrology, Holi marks the burning of old. But the eclipse in Leo, the stars are asking us to look deeper. Leo rules the heart and the ego. So this year, the Holika Dahan bonfire on the night of March 2nd is not just a tradition, it's literal cosmic detox. We have five planets sitting in Aquarius right now, creating a traffic jam that's pushing us towards total identity reset. Whatever has been holding you back, burn it in that fire. So, this Holi is about transformation. Do not just throw colors, set an intention, wishing you all safe, vibrant, and cosmically aligned Holi. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more such transit updates. So, let's see how Venus and Moon journey affect your sign. But before that, we will see how to check the rising sign. So if you can look on the screen, on the right hand side, we have given you a chart, an example of a chart where some numbers are written. So look at the highlighted portion where pink color is there. In that area, 8 number is written. So it means this is Scorpio rising sign. So in the same way, you can check your chart and you can get chart for free from any of the websites which allow you to do so from the internet. For example, 8 number is written here on the table left hand side. You can see 8 represents Scorpio or Vrishchik Rashi. If 10 number is written in your chart in the highlighted area, it represents Capricorn or Makar Rashi. In the same way, you can find your ascendant sign. So now let's talk about the Aries rising sign, how this week is going to be for Aries. Okay, so for Aries, this week is cosmic transition. On March 2nd, your ruler Mars is active while Venus enters your 12th house. This is highly spiritual, almost psychic placement. You might feel a bit introverted as Moon enters Leo on 5th house. On your fifth house, the lunar eclipse on March 3rd hits your sector of creativity and romance. This is your time to let go of old hobby or creative block that has been holding you back. This is the you are being asked what truly brings you joy. If it's just for show, the eclipse will take it away and it will make a room for the authentic people to come in. If I talk about your career, money, and social life, in the career, things might feel hidden right now. But with Venus in the 12th house, you are working better behind the scenes. So do not push for promotion this week. Instead, refine your strategy. As Moon enters Virgo on March 4th, focus on tiny details of your daily work. Socially, you might skip big parties early on, but by March 6th, Moon in Libra, your seventh house of partnership lights up. So, this is the perfect time for meaningful one on one holy celebration. If I talk about your love and health, love feels like a dream or a secret. If you're single, an old flame might reappear in your dreams. If committed, use this time for soul level bonding. Health wise, your energy levels are low to medium. The eclipse can cause insomnia or vivid dreams. So prioritize rest this time. So, one remedy I want to give you for lunar eclipses, donate red lanterns on Tuesday morning and chant Gayatri Mantra to clear the mental fog. And one holy tip, play with soft pink or magenta colors. Use rose water in your celebrations to soothe your 12th house energy. Let's look at the indicators this week. At personal, it is high. Money and career will remain medium. For social, medium. Love, medium. And health is low. So take care of your health. Let's move to the next rising sign.
Welcome to all the Taurus ascendant. All Taurus ascendants stand tall. Your ruler Venus enters her high sign of exaltation in Pisces on March 2nd. You have the grace of a queen and the protection of the divine, which is the perfect time because moon, your third lord, is heading into a total lunar eclipse in the fourth house. So let's look at the emotional map for the week. We have to look at moon's movement because moon represent our mind. From month second and third, the moon is in Leo in your fourth house. So your focus is 100% on your home and your inner world. But with this eclipse on third, be careful and slow down. Now, on March 4th and 5th, as moon moves into Virgo, you will be tempted to overanalyze things. So use this time to clean up your creative projects. By March 6th and 7th, moon will be in Libra, which brings balance. So this is the time to fix your routine and reclaim your health. This period will give you incredible clarity to solve lingering problem with a colleague or a health issue. So one of the tip we can share with you is focus on balance. A spa day or a simple walk in nature will help you integrate the week's intense lesson. Now we have a special segment for all our viewers: how to navigate this moon eclipse. So we are just sharing a protocol here for 3rd of March. So moon is your third lord, and which is a lot of communication, sibling short trip, and is getting eclipsed in fourth house, which is your house of home and peace. So the top tip for the week is: first, avoid any short fuse arguments with your siblings or neighbors or even with your mother. Your words have a bit of sting right now and you might regret later. So avoid having arguments at home. Also avoid traveling on 3rd of March. Secondly, if you have been planning to sign papers for a new apartment or start a home renovation this week, stop. Wait until the eclipse energy clears. Anything started under an eclipsed fourth house often has a hidden cracks in the foundation. Third, keep an eye on your mother's health. She might be feeling the lunar pressure more than usual. And finally, because the eclipse aspects your career zone, your 10th house, do not take your home stress to office. If you're frustrated with a family member, don't take it out on your boss, or you might eclipse your own promotion. So, Taurus, the crux of the week is the total lunar eclipse triggers a mental detox, forcing you to analyze what's broken and let go of the perfectionism. So, this is a powerful window to eclipse out that is draining your energy. So, let go of things which are no longer useful for your future. Also, Taurus, just a reminder: Venus Shukra is your identity and your own life force. Having your Lagna Lord move into exaltation in the sign of Pisces on March 2nd is the silver lining for this week. It gives you the superpower to handle the eclipse and retrograde. So, sit tight and don't worry. Let's look at the live segment. First is the career finance for this week. So this is a jackpot zone. With your Lagna Lord Venus exalted in your 11th house of gains, your magnetism is all-time high. People want to invest in you because you exude success. So just watch out for Mercury retrograde typos. The warning is don't sign any new contracts on third and fourth, and your social circle is buzzing, but Rahu can create illusionary deals. So, but a casual chat with an old colleague could lead to a massive future opportunity. Just get everything in writing and double check all the aspect. On love and relationship, Venus enters Pisces this week. So your ruler moves into the house of friendship and joins Saturn. So if you're single, a friendship could turn into something serious and long term. And you're seeking depth this week, Taurus. So a quiet, luxurious dinner at home is better than a loud party outside. On health and social, you will feel energetic, but watch out for the nerve issues or eye strain. With so much of energy in your 10th house, watch your ankles and calves. You might feel physically exhausted on the third. The eclipse drain is there, so listen to your body. Everyone wants your advice this week, but be a mentor and don't let people dump their emotion trash on you. One of the precaution we can share with you is there is a tech disaster because Mercury retrograde is there in your 10th house plus Rahu is also there. So classic accidental reply to all or a screenshot sent to a wrong person can happen. So think twice before you send. Avoid burnout at workplace and at home. And the ego trap is also there. Don't let sudden gains make you act bossy with your friends. So one some of the remedies for this is: for eclipse you can donate white food items, rice, milk or sugar. Post eclipse you can do this donation to balance your lunar energy. For Mercury retrograde, chant Om Buddhaya Namaha to clear communication glitches. And as per the classics, chanting or meditating on the day of eclipse becomes 1,000 times more powerful than any other day. So chant and meditate and call upon your Ishtadev. They are always the one who answers first. Now let's look at the indicators. Personal is medium, career money is very high, social is also high, your 10th and 11th house is all packed. Love is also high because Venus is exalted, and health is medium. So take good care. And with this, let's move to the next lagna.
Hello to all Gemini rising. So for you, let's just see what are the transits this week. On March 2nd, Venus will be going in Pisces, and then Moon will be navigating through three signs during this week. So let's see how it's going to be for you. For at personal growth, Gemini, you are the star of the professional world this week. On March 2nd, Venus enters your 10th house, and the house of this is the house of your career and fame. So you are literally glowing in the eyes of public. However, the moon in Leo and eclipse on March 3rd, it hits your third house of communication. You might feel sudden urge to change how to speak or how to present yourself online. So it's a rebranding moment for you, I can say. You are shedding old ways of thinking that no longer serves you or your higher purpose. If I talk about career, money, and social, career is high energy this week. Superiors are noticing your charm, so congratulations. Financially, the moon in Cancer early this week helps you secure budget, but watch over your emotional shopping. Socially, the week starts with intense local drama, but uh, ends beautifully. So when Moon enters Libra on March 6th, your fifth house of fun and social circle is wide open. You will be the life of uh, party post holy. So enjoy that. If I talk about love and health, love is intellectual and exciting. You want a partner who respects your ambition, and health is medium this week. Your nervous system is on high alert due to eclipse. So I would suggest breathe deeply. On March 4th, when moon is in Virgo, stay home and clean your space to ground your energy. So, two tips I want to give you. One is for lunar eclipse. Keep a silver coin or a bowl of clean water near your bed during the eclipse night to stabilize your mind. And one holy tip is use light green and yellow. So during this holy, offer green sweets like pistachio burfi to others, and it will boost your Mercury driven luck. If I talk about indicators this week, so at personal, it is medium, career and money is high, social is medium, love is high, and health is medium. All the best to all Gemini ascendants. Let's move to next sign.
Welcome to all the Cancer rising. All Cancer ascendants, take a deep breath and find your center. This is a massive week for you because your ruler, the moon, is the star of the show, but it's heading into a total lunar eclipse on March 3rd. So while you might feel more sensitive than usual, remember that Jupiter, the planet of grace, is currently transiting your 12th house, acting as a hidden guardian angel. So you're undergoing a powerful reset. So let's map how to navigate this week. The first thing first, we should look at the emotional map for the week. For that, we have to look at moon's movement. As moon represents your mind and emotion, moon moves or change every 2.5 days. So let's see, how does moon moves or change Rashi or Zodiac every 2.5 days. So in a week you can always expect three changes owing to moon's movement, and that's how you don't feel the same throughout the week. So let's start with March 2nd and 3rd. Moon will be in Leo. The week start with the moon in the second house of the family and finance. So your focus is 100% on your security and your values. But with the eclipse happening here on 3rd, the energy is volatile. So the tip is be very careful with your speech and stay away from family arguments or impulsive spending. On March 4th and 5th, moon will be in Virgo. So as moon moves into your third house, your mind shifts into over analyze mode. So you'll be tempted to fix every small detail or worry about communication. So the tip is use this time to organize your digital life or write in your journal, but don't overthink what your friends are saying. because it's likely the Mercury retrograde talking. On March 6th and 7th, Moon will be in Libra, so balance finally returns. The Moon enters your fourth house, bringing focus back to your home and your inner peace. So, this period gives you incredible clarity to solve lingering household issues and find emotional closure. So, the tip is focus on balance, spend time near water or in your favorite corner of your home to integrate the week's intense lesson. Now, Cancer, please pay attention to the protocol we are sharing now to handle moon eclipse on March 3rd. Because moon is your Lagna lord, your first lord, this eclipse is happening directly to your identity, to yourself. So, it's happening in your second house of wealth and family. So, first is avoid short fuse arguments with any family member. Your words have a sting right now, and because second house is involved, uh, a small comment could lead to a long term rift. And Ketu is also there, so the words are cutting and final. Second is do not make any major financial decision or buy expensive jewelry investment on the third. The shadow on the moon can make a bad deal look like a gold mine. Third is watch your diet and throat area. The second house rules what we eat and our voice, so stay hydrated and avoid emotional eating during the eclipse hours. Finally, because the eclipse aspects your eighth house, avoid any risky activities or secret dealing. This is the time for transparency and staying grounded. So the crux is this is an eclipse uh, for a mental detox. It is forcing you to let go of old family patterns or financially fears that you're draining your energy into. So it's a powerful window to eclipse out the insecurities that hold you back from your true worth. Now let's look at general life this week, segment wise. On career and finance, this is a silver lining this week because uh, look at your ninth house of fortune. The Venus is getting exalted there, and Saturn presence. These combination are giving you a divine blessing. So this is a big league week. 11th Lord of Gains Venus is becoming exalted in your ninth house of fortune. So this is a rare and beautiful Dhan Yog because your Lord of Gains is at maximum strength in the house of luck. Expect high status opportunity, support from mentors, father, or a massive breakthrough in your long-term goal. Your professional network is your gold mine this week. So a recommendation from a VIP could also change your trajectory. Money and gains are coming through social connection, elder sibling, friends, father, or mentors. But hard work is the precondition owing to Saturn's presence with your Lord of Gains Venus. One warning is don't sign any documents contract on 3rd and 4th. With Mercury retrograde in your 8th, international travel plans or legal documents could have hidden errors, so double check everything. Love and relationship, when we talk about love and relationship, we have to talk about Venus. So Venus is exalted in your ninth house, making you seek a soul level connection. So this is your silver lining. Romance feels soulful and expansive, and perhaps even involves travel or shared spiritual path. So if you're single, you might meet someone through a spiritual retreat or a learning platform. Ketu's caution is there in the second house of family, so you might feel misunderstood by family members. So be careful with relationship with your family members. The vibe is seek depth over surface level, and a long walk or a deep conversation about life with your friends uh, will bring you closer than a movie night can do. About your health and social, you might feel physically exhausted on third. The eclipse drain is real for you, so listen to your body and sleep more. And watch out for the eighth house because it's active. Watch out for the sudden inflammation or secret stress. Socially, your social circle is your greatest asset right now. So, high profile friends or older siblings may offer you gifts or a golden opportunity. Now, one precaution is with your 11 Lord exalted, don't let success make you act bossy. Stay humble. Simple remedies for you, Cancerians. For eclipse, donate white items like milk, rice, or white sweets to any religious place or to any community center after the eclipse is over. Like you can do it on 4th and 5th. This will balance your Lagna Lord energy. For Mercury retrograde, you can chant Om Buddhaya Namaha to clear communication block. And one of the power move tip is meditation on the day of eclipse is 1,000 times more powerful. So call upon your Ishtadev. As a Cancer rising, your intuition is your greatest compass. Now let's move to the indicators for the week. Personal, it is medium. Career and money, it is high. Social, it is medium. Love, it is very high. And health, it is medium. So take care of yourself, Cancerians, and let's move to the next ascendant. Okay, before we move on to the next sign, we have a quick announcement to share. We know these transits can feel intense, and if you're looking for specific answers for your own chart, the Astro Diva team is now open for private consultation. So you can reach out to us on the email ID given on the screen or messages on the number given below to book your personalized session. With this, let's move to the next ascendant.
So next rising sign is Leo. So hello and welcome to all Leo natives. So these are the transits that you can see on your screen, with Venus going into Pisces, getting exalted on March 2nd, and Moon will be traveling from Leo to Libra during this entire week. So let's see how this week is going to be for you, Leos. If I talk about your personal growth, so this is your week. The moon enters your sign on March 2nd and leading into a total lunar eclipse in your first house on March 3rd. So this is massive life reset. You are ending 2 year cycle of identity. If you might feel raw, emotional, or ready to explore new energy. Venus entering your eighth house at the same time. It means you are finding deep, transformative support during this transition. You are shedding your skin, Leo. Let it fall. If I talk about career, money, and social, career is medium. You might feel like taking a back seat to process your emotions this time. Financially, Venus in the eighth house is great for the other people's money. Like if you are working for in taxes or insurance, or you need your partner support, so that will be good this week. Socially, people will be drawn to your intensity. You don't need to roar this week. Your presence alone is enough. And if I talk about love and health, love is deep and intense and maybe a bit all or nothing. So avoid major arguments during the eclipse. Health is low. You might feel physically exhausted. The moon in Virgo on March 4th is your cue to eat healing, grounded foods, and stay hydrated. If I talk about the lunar eclipse remedy, do not look at the moon after the eclipse, bathe with rock salt, and donate white rice or sugar to needy. And one holy tip is play with gold, burnt orange, or copper color. Avoid dark colors and light lamps of ghee during Holika Dahan to burn away ego. So let's look at the indicators for you. For personal, it's high. Money, career and money, it's medium. Social is medium. Love is low. And health is low again. So please take care of your health and stay hydrated, Leo ascendants. Let's move to the next rising sign now.
Welcome to all the Virgo ascendants. All Virgo ascendants, take a deep breath and let go of the need for perfection. This week is a celestial deep clean for you. Your ruler Mercury is currently retrograde in your sixth house, and we have total lunar eclipse hitting your 12th house of subconsciousness. So it's a time to stop over analyzing the world and start listening to your soul. So let's look at the emotional map for the week. We have to look at moon's movement, as moon represents our mind and emotion. So on March 2nd and 3rd, moon will be in Leo. The week starts with moon in your 12th house, so your focus is pulled inward. So expect vivid dreams, a desire of solitude, and deep reflections. But with the eclipse happening here on 3rd of March, the energy is heavy. Ketu being already present in 12th house along with moon makes it more potent. So the tip is, don't force yourself to be social. Retreat and recharge and honor your need for sleep. Now on March 4th and 5th, moon will be in Virgo. The moon enters your first house of self. So after the eclipse, you will feel a mental hangover as the lunar energy hits your identity and self. So you might be extra critical of your appearance or your progress. So tip is, use this time to pamper yourself, but don't start a drastic new diet or make impulsive personal changes while your ruler is retrograde. March 6 and 7, moon will be in Libra. So balance returns. The moon enters your second house of values and finance. So you'll feel a surge of practical energy and desire to get your bank account and family life in order. So the tip is, the period gives you incredible clarity to solve a lingering financial puzzle or a family misunderstanding. Focus on grounding and gratitude. Now, let's look at some protocols to handle moon eclipse energy on 3rd of March. So, Virgo, your moon is your 11th lord of gains, and it is getting eclipsed in your 12th house of losses and subconsciousness. So, first, avoid short fuse arguments with elder siblings or influential friends, because a misunderstanding now could lead to a complete social exit. Second, do not make any major investment to large purchases on the third. The shadow can lead hidden losses or buyer's remorse later. Third, watch your sleep and mental health. The 12th house rules hospitals and isolation. So, if you feel overwhelmed, step away from the screen. This is the day for meditation and not hustling. Finally, because this eclipse is aspecting your sixth house of health and debt, avoid starting new medical treatment or taking out loan on this day. Let the energy settle first. So March third eclipse, keep your pets also indoors in quiet and in dark den, and refresh their water and food ball once the shadow clears. Avoid stressful activities like grooming or taking them for long walks. Take care of your furry friends as well. Now, the crux for Virgo, the eclipse is a spiritual detox. It is forcing you to let go of secret fears or hidden enemies or self sabotaging habits. So, it's a powerful window to eclipse out the baggage that prevents you from moving forward. Now, let's break it down on live segment. On career and finance this week, Virgo, your career is in revision phase. Why? Because Jupiter is still retrograde in your 10th house. So don't hunt for new roles. Look backward. An old project or a past boss is returning with a second chance for you. In sixth house of daily work, it's total chaos. Mars, Rahu, and your retrograde ruler Mercury are causing, even Sun are causing tech bugs, and your workplace frictions are also there. So, Astro Divas advises don't sign anything new or take out loans on third or fourth. The fine print is a trap right now. And for a business owner, this week is Venus and Saturn in your seventh house brings a reality check. So, you're purging unreliable partners and locking in serious long-term contracts. So it's about quality over quantity. So if a client from past resurfaces, check their credentials twice before saying yes, because remember, Mercury is retrograde. And love and relationship, exalted Venus and Saturn in your seventh house makes relationship feels heavy or serious. So this isn't a week for fun dates, it's a week for long term planning. But because Venus is exalted, this is your silver lining. Your partner might become your greatest support or source for wealth this week. And because Mercury is retrograde, expect an ex partner to reach out. But with Saturn in seventh house, you're likely to see them with much more realism than less nostalgia. On health and social, you will feel a bit drained. With so much energy in the sixth house of digestive issues are linked to anxiety, and eclipse in your 12th house, watch your feet and nervous system. You need rest, sleep, so your body is processing deep stress. On social, there is a workplace drama. Most social energies actually offers politics this week. So stay out of gossip mill, because Mercury retrograde will make your words come back to haunt you later. The eclipse makes you crave solitude, so it is okay to cancel plans and stay in. One of the precaution we can tell you is the overthinking trap. Your mind will be racing with the what ifs, so just take care of yourself this week. Simple remedies for you is for eclipse, donate white items like white clothes, sandalwood, white sandalwood, or rice post eclipse to balance your 12th house energy. Donate salt or old shoes to the needy to ground this energy. For Mercury retrograde, chant Om Buddhaya Namaha and offer green grass to a cow to stabilize your ruler. Taking care of house plants is also one of the potent remedy for Mercury. And the power move, meditation on the day of eclipse is thousand times more powerful. So call upon your Ishtadev. They always answer first. And if you don't know who is your Ishtadev, call upon any deity with whom you connect the most. Now let's look at the indicator for the week. On personal, it is medium. Career, money is also medium. Social is very high. Love is also very high because your seventh house has Venus exalted, and health is very low. So you need to take care of your health, Virgo. Drop us a line if you have any particular questions about this eclipse, and we would be very happy to help. So let's move to the next ascendant.
Hello and welcome to all Libra natives. So let's just have a look. What are the transits this week? So Venus is entering Pisces and getting exalted there in your sixth house, and then Moon will be traveling from Leo to Libra, and changing three signs this week. So let's just look at it as per the segments of your life. So the first one is the personal growth. So for Libra, your ruler Venus enters the Pisces on March 2nd, and she is exalted there. This brings a beautiful harmony to your daily life and health. However, when Moon is in Leo, in your 11th house of friendship, at that time the eclipse will be there on March 3rd, and it might reveal a fake friend or a social circle that no longer aligns with your values. So you are clearing your social garden to make a room for the real flowers. By March 6th, Moon enters your sign, bringing back to your most beautiful balanced self. If I talk about career, money, and social this week, career is high. You are finding joy in daily task. Money is stable, but eclipse might bring a sudden change in your long-term financial goals or gains. Socially, this week starts with a cleanse and ends with you being the most sought after person at holy festivities on Friday night. If I talk about love and health, love is found in little things. So if you are single, a crush might develop at work or through daily routine. Health is high because of Venus, but the eclipse can cause anxiety, social anxiety. So balance your time between crowd and yourself. If I want to give you one lunar eclipse remedy, that will be donate black umbrella or dark clothes to a worker or someone who is in need. It will balance the Rahu's influence. And one holy tip will be use bright white, cream, and pastel colors. Since moon is in your sign on March 6th, you will be the queen or king of celebration. Let's check your um, indicators for this week. At personal, it is medium. Career and money is high. Social is high. Love is high. And health is medium again. All the best to all the Libra ascendants. Let's move to the next rising sign.
Welcome to all the Scorpio ascendants. All Scorpio ascendants, it's a time to step into your power. So, you are a natural master of transformation, and this week the universe is handing you the keys to a major professional reset. With a total lunar eclipse lighting up your 10th house of career and status, and your ruler moving through intense territory in the 4th house, you are shedding your old skin to make room for a new legacy. Now, let's dive into your weekly map. First, let's look at the emotional map for the week. March 2nd and 3rd moon will be in Leo. This week starts with a massive spotlight on your 10th house of career and public image. You will feel the weight of responsibility and the eyes of the world on you. But with the eclipse here on 3rd, the energy is electric and unpredictable. So the tip is don't initiate confrontation with your boss or make any public announcement yet. Observe everything and react to nothing. On March 4th and 5th, moon will be in Virgo. The moon moves into your 11th house of gains and social circles. So after the career intensity of the eclipse, you will want to vent to your friends and analyze your long-term goals. So the tip is silence is gold. Use this time to network quietly, but don't let friends' critical comment get under your skin. Everyone is feeling the eclipse hangover right now. On March 6th and 7th, moon will be in Libra. Balance returns through solitude. So, moon enters your 12th house, signaling a time for spiritual retreat. The period gives you incredible clarity to heal a hidden fear or solve a private mystery. So, the tip is focus on balance. A salt bath or meditation will help you process the career shifts that happened earlier this week. So we are also sharing a protocol to handle moon eclipse on 3rd. So moon is your ninth lord of fortune and is getting eclipsed in the 10th house of career. So this is a destiny pivot for you. First, avoid short fuse argument with authoritative figures or with your father. Your ninth house lord luck is under shadow, so don't push your luck with your big bosses today. Secondly, do not quit your job or change your professional title on the 3rd. The eclipse creates an illusion that things are worse than they are, so wait for 48 hours for the dust to settle. Third is watch your reputation. Anything you say in public during the eclipse can be magnified or misinterpreted, so stay humble and keep your plans underground for now. Finally, because the 10th house is involved, check in on your parents' well being as well. They may need your emotional strength today, especially home and your mother. The eclipse moon is directly aspecting your fourth house. So, the crux for Scorpio, the eclipse is a professional detox for you. It is forcing you to let go of a career path or a leadership style that no longer fits your soul. So, it's a powerful window to eclipse out the need to have the external validation. Now, let's break down uh, y- uh, this week for your life segments. So for career and finance, the fourth house pileup is there: Sun, Mars, Rahu, and Mercury retro. Favors real estate and home based business. An old property deal can resurface. Jupiter retro in eighth. So the delays in commission, taxes, or spouse income. Audit your shared account and don't sign new ones. Venus and Saturn in fifth is you can monetize on a hobby through hard work and not luck. No gambling strictly. Hobbies can be converted into paycheck if given seriousness. And love and relationship, Venus enters your fifth house and becomes exalted. So, this is your silver lining. For single Scorpions, this is one of the best transit for meeting someone who feels like a soulmate. On health and social, eclipsed moon is forming the fourth and tenth house axis. So it's kind of sensitizing your chest and heart area. So you need to keep your stress monitored. Fifth house Saturn suggests careful eating, so avoid fermented or heavy foods. Physical outlets is important because Mars in your fourth can cause domestic frustration. So if your home life feels chaotic at you can hit the gym to release the Mars energy. On social, you might leave a high profile social role or group due to the 10th house eclipse, and Mercury retro brings back childhood friends or an old neighbor. You are prioritizing family this week over all other things. Now, one precaution we can share with you is the tech disaster. Mercury retrograde in fourth can mess up electronics at home: TV, fridge, AC, Wi Fi. So be patient. This will reduce by the weekend and resolve once Mercury goes direct on 20th. Simple remedies for you, Scorpion: the eclipse. Donate red lentils or copper for Mars and white sweets for the moon. This you can do post eclipse to balance your career energy. For Mercury retrograde, you can always chant Om Buddhaya Namaha to keep your creative communication clear. And the power move is meditation on the day of eclipse is 1,000 times more powerful than any other usual day. So call upon your Ishtadev; they always answer first. Now let's look at the indicators. On personal, it is very high. Career and money, it is medium. Social, also, it is medium. Love, it is very high. And health, it is medium. So, with this, let's move to the next ascendant. Okay, before this, we have an announcement. We are now offering a deep dive private consultation to help you navigate your career transition or your love and relationship health concerns. And if you're planning a new business opening during this intense cluster or looking for clarity on higher education, don't leave it to chances. Let's look at your unique birth chart together. So you can book your personalized session by contacting us on the email ID given on the screen or on the contact number. With this, let's move to the next ascendant.
Hello and welcome, Sagittarius Rising, to this weekly episode of yours, weekly horoscope of yours. So, if we discuss about the transit this week, as we all know that the Venus is getting exalted and Moon will be navigating through three different signs. So, let's see how it's going to be for you at the personal level. So, the focus is your internal compass and your home this week. So, Venus, when enters it in the fourth house on the March 2nd, it is making your home a place of luxury and peace. But the moon in the Leo and the eclipse on March 3rd, it hits your ninth house of luck, travel, and religion. So you might have a crisis of faith or a sudden change in travel plan. You are realizing that the truth is not always out there. Sometimes it is right in your living room. If I talk about career, money, and social, career hits peak on March 4th with Moon in Virgo. This is the best day for professional meeting. Money is spent on home comforts or family. Socially, you are leaning towards private gathering. You would rather host a beautiful holy brunch at home than to go at massive public event. If I talk about love and health, love is nurturing. You want someone who feels like home. Health is high, but watch for liver and avoid overindulging in heavy holy sweets. The Virgo moon on the 4th is great for a quick green juice detox. So, the lunar eclipse remedy for you is offer yellow flower or piece of turmeric in flowing water and seek the blessing of teacher or your father. One holy tip is use bright yellow and saffron color. Put tilak of sandalwood on your forehead before going out to stay grounded. Let's look at the indicator this week. At personal, it is high, career and money is medium, social, it is low, love, it is medium, and health, it is high. Let's move to the next rising sign now.
Welcome to all the Capricorn ascendants. As the most disciplined sign of the zodiac, you usually love to be in control, but this week the universe is asking you to surrender. With a total lunar eclipse triggering your house of transformation and your ruler Saturn receiving a beautiful boost from an exalted friend Venus, you're learning that true power comes from letting go. So let's map out your high voltage week. First, we should look at the emotional map of the week. So we have to look at the moon's movement, as moon represents our mind and emotion. So March 2nd and 3rd moon will be in Leo. So moon will be in your 8th house. So this is a heavy, mystical and intense placement. So you might feel a strong urge to uncover secrets or handle joint finances. But with the eclipse here on 3rd, emotions could feel like a tidal wave. So the tip is avoid deep psychological confrontation or signing insurance tax papers. Stay in the observer mode. On March 4th and 5th, moon will be in Virgo. So these 2 days, the moon moves into your ninth house of fortune and higher learning. So after the intensity of the eclipse, you will be looking for the big picture. You will want to analyze your beliefs and perhaps seek advice from a mentor or father. So the tip is use this time to study or plan a future trip, but don't let the difference of opinion turn into religious or philosophical debate. March 6 and 7 moon will be in Libra, the career house. So the balance returns. The moon enters your 10th house of public image. So after the emotional underworld journey earlier in the week, you are back in the driver's seat at work. So the tip is focus on balance. This period gives you incredible clarity to solve lingering professional problem or fix a misunderstanding with your boss. Now we will share a protocol to handle moon eclipse on 3rd. Capricorn, the moon is your seventh lord of partnership, and it is getting eclipsed in your eighth house of sudden changes and shared resources. So, first, avoid short fuse arguments with your spouse or business partner. Your seventh lord partner is under shadow in the house of crisis. So, don't let a small disagreement turn into a major break. Secondly, do not lend money or take a new loan on third. The shadow on the eighth house makes finances outcomes unpredictable. Third is avoid risky secret conversations. The eighth house is for secrets, and anything hidden during an eclipse has a way of coming out in a very messy way later. Finally, watch your health and vitality. The eighth house can bring sudden exhaustion, so rest is your best remedy for today. Pray to Shiv, Parvati, Shiv Shakti, or Lakshmi Vishnu. Worshipping them as a couple brings balance to your seventh house partnership or marriage during the eighth house crisis eclipse. Because seventh lord is for marriage and spouse is getting eclipsed, which directly impacts your relationship with your partner. Donate red items. So Purva Falguni is the nakshatra where eclipse is happening, which is a very fierce and ugra star. So donating red clothes, red lentils can help appease the heat of this transit. And last tip is don't argue with your spouse or partner today. The eclipse fog makes everything look worse than it is. So wait for 48 hours before discussing joint money or any sensitive issue. So the crux for Capricorn is the eclipse is a psychological detox for you. So it is forcing you to let go of fears regarding intimacy or financial dependency. It's a powerful window to eclipse out an old trauma that has been blocking your path. So now let's break it down live segment wise. So on career and finance this week, Capricorn rising, the second house of wealth. This is your income and wealth sector is where the action is happening. If you can see Sun, Mars, Rahu, and your sixth lord Mercury retrograde is in your second house, and your focus is entirely on liquid assets and resolving old financial hurdles. So a payment from a past work project or a stuck debt finally clears because your sixth lord retro in the second can look to the old daily task of previous employers for a financial win. So a shelved income stream is ready for a comeback. The warning is don't make impulsive major purchases or sign any new financial deals on 3rd or 4th. On love and relationship, Venus enters your third house and becomes exalted, joining your ruler Saturn. So, this is a silver lining. Your communication style becomes softer and more magnetic. So, the vibe is romance might blossom with someone in your immediate circle or neighborhood or through a short trip. So, and if you have a partner, your partner will appreciate your softened side this week. On health and social, second house tension is there. Focus on throat, teeth, and neck. With Sun, Mars, Rahu, and Mercury retro in your second, you're carrying stress in your jaw and speech. Also, stomach and gut inflammation. So, the risk is watch your throat inflammation, dental issue, neck strain. Mars and Rahu can trigger sudden sensitivity in mouth or face. On social, your siblings or neighbor might be very demanding this week. So, be a mentor, but don't let the drama become your headache. Now, simple remedies for you is for the eclipse. Donate white items like milk, sweet, rice post eclipse to smooth your seventh lord moon. And donation can be done to any religious place or to someone needy. For Mercury retrograde, always chant Om Buddhaya Namaha to keep your communication glitch free. And the power move is meditation on the day of eclipse is thousand times more powerful. So call upon your Ishtadev. They always answer first. Indicator for you, Capricorn, is personal, it is medium. Career, money, it is very high. Social, it is very high. So you're busy this week. Love is medium and health is medium. So take good care of yourself and take good care of your partner as well. With this, let's move to the next ascendant.
So we are now discussing about the Aquarius rising sign. So, welcome all the Aquarius natives. Let's see how the transits are for you this week. So, the Venus will be exalted in Pisces on 2nd of March, and after that, Moon will be traveling through from Leo through Libra, and it is going to give you different kind of moods during the entire week. So, let's discuss how it's going to be for you. So, if I talk about the transit and the personal growth, Aquarius, this is the week of value. And Venus enters your second house of money and speech on March 2nd. You are speaking words of honey right now. But Moon in Leo and eclipse on March 3rd are happening in your seventh house of relationship. So, a partnership, business, or romantic is reaching a turning point. If relationship is based on ego, it might break. If it's based on truth, it will evolve into something much deeper. So, all the best for that. If I talk about career, money, and social, career and money are high this week. This is one of the best financial weeks of the year. Socially, the eclipse might bring some drama with partner or a frenemy. Don't engage. So wait until March 6th when the moon will be in Libra, and when your ninth house of lux open up at that time. And Friday will be the best day for social expansion and joy. If I talk about love and health, love is big topic this week, and the eclipse is a make or break moment for you. So be honest, be kind. Health is medium this week. Stress might settle in your neck or throat. So take care of that. Use your voice to sing or chant to release the tension. Okay. And one lunar eclipse remedy I want to give you is offer a coconut in Holika Dahan fire and recite Om Namah Shivaya 108 times to protect your relationships. Holy tip will be use violet, indigo, and silver colors. So these colors will resonate with your futuristic and intellectual soul. Let's look at the indicators for you this week. Personal, it is medium. Career and money is high. Social is high again. Love, it's low, and health, it's medium. Take care of yourself, dear Aquarians. Let's move to the next rising sign.
Welcome to all the Pisces ascendant. So, you are the star of the cosmic show this week. Your sign is hosting a massive stadium of planets, and on March 2nd, the planet of beauty and luxury Venus enters your sign, your first house, to become exalted. So, you have the glow of a mystic and a protection of the divine, so which is a perfect because Moon, your fifth lord, is heading into total lunar eclipse in sixth house. So, first, let's look at the emotional map for this week. We have to look at Moon's movement as Moon represents our mind and emotions. So, March 2nd and 3rd, Moon will be in Leo. The work life intensity will rise because Moon is your fifth lord, ruling your children, creativity, and romance. Having it eclipsed in the sixth house on 3rd March is a call to action. You might feel a clash between your creativity and desires and your daily chores. So, tip is don't overcommit to new projects yet. Focus only on clearing your current to do list. On March 4th and 5th, Moon will be in Virgo, the relationship mirror, so handle with care. The Moon moves in the 7th house of partnership after the eclipse, so you will feel a mental hangover. You can be moody or anxious about what your partner or what public or what others think of you. So the tip is silence is gold. Avoid making impulsive decisions about a business deal or marriage talk while the eclipse shadow is still lingering. Wear cream or white and stay calm. On March 6th and 7th, Moon will be in Libra. In the house of transformation. So, balance returns. The moon moves into your eighth house, which is the house of depth. So, it brings a surge of intuitive power. So, the tip is focus on balance. A deep meditation or a spiritual reading will help you to integrate this week intense download. Now, we are sharing a protocol to handle moon eclipse on 3rd. So, Pisces, the moon is fifth lord, getting eclipsed in 6th, which is the house of hurdles and health. So, first, avoid short fuse argument with colleagues or subordinates. Your creativity, joy, Lord Fifth, is under shadow. So, don't let work glitches steal your happiness. Second, do not start a radical new health regime or do not plan any surgery on third. The shadow in the sixth makes the body response unpredictable. Third is keep an eye on your pets. They might be extra sensitive to the eclipse energy. Finally, because your fifth lord is involved, if you have children, they may need extra emotional support today. So be their anchor. So, pet care we have already spoken about. One more tip on pet care is refresh their water bowls immediately after the eclipse is over. So, the crux here, Pisces, is the eclipse is a lifestyle detox for you. It is forcing you to let go of daily routine or a debt of emotional or can be emotional or financial that is draining your creative spirit. So, it's a powerful window to eclipse out the habits that stop you from being your best self. Now, let's also look at the live segments this week on career and finance, the 12th house of hidden assets. Um, your sector of the unseen is where the action is. If you can see Sun, Mars, Rahu, Mercury retro in your 12th house, so you're working behind the scene on some secret project or international deals. So look toward foreign market or a back-end development or old hidden connection because Mercury is retro. So an opportunity from a distant place or previously abandoned offshore projects can resurface. Don't sign any major contract on third or fourth because Mercury is retro in 12th and there is a hidden cost or secret clauses you can't see yet. On love and relationship, exalted Venus is your silver lining. Having an exalted Venus in your first house makes you incredibly attractive. So, if you're single, you won't have to look for love, it will find you. And with Venus and Saturn in your first, you are becoming very serious about what you deserve. So, you are setting very high standards in love. You're attracting partners who are stable and mature. So, if a relationship is flaky, Saturn will help you to end it this week only. On personal front, your sixth house eclipse is there on 3rd of March. So focus on service and health. A long-standing debt or a work-related conflict finally reaches a breaking point. 12th house cluster we have spoken about can put you in hermit mode. So you're processing heavy subconscious pattern. And on health and social, focus on feet, sleep, and immune system and insomnia can happen, vivid nightmares can happen, or food sensitivities because Mars and Rahu can cause uh, invisible fatigue or sudden allergies. So the remedy is prioritize rest. Your body needs more sleep than usual to process the sixth house eclipse. Salt bath and avoiding screens before bed are your best medicine. On social, the sixth house eclipse might see you leaving toxic workplace circle or a group that feels like a chore. So you're keeping your plans private. So you have no desire to be seen right now. I'm preferring one-on-one deep talks. Uh, Finally, let's talk about the remedy. So, for Mercury retrograde, chant Om Buddhaya Namaha to clear the mental fog and the power. move is meditation on the day of eclipse is 1,000 times more powerful. So call upon your Ishtadev. They always answer first. Now let's also look at the indicators for you. This week, personal is very high, career money is high, everything is high other than your health. So you need to take good care of your health and also take care of your pets. Now with this we have come to the end of weekly prediction. One thing that we wanted to share with you is many of you have asked more in-depth reading, so we have opened up slots for one-on-one astrology consultation. So if you want a customized plan, just drop us a line on the contact details which are shown on the screen right now. Basically, it's about your career choices, your health issues, your love relationships, planning for your kids, or opening a new business venture. It's always good to know where your planets will be supporting you. And we would also like to thank you all for motivating comments and to all our followers who are following us. So thank you very much. And as the vibrant colors of Holi meet the deep shadow of the Mars third lunar eclipse, remember to use your remedies, donating, grounding, resting, and meditating to navigate this week's dual retrogrades. Let the eclipse wash away what no longer serves your growth. Just observe, stay centered, stay tuned for more celestial insight, and join us again next week as we deep dive into the post eclipse energy. Till then, happy Holi and take care.
Happy Holi, everyone.